How's it going? I thought I'd make another video going more in depth about how to climb out of each rank specifically in Valorant. Like, give you useful information for maybe if you're having trouble getting out of a certain rank. So I broke it down into like 3 sections and then a smaller section at the end for like really high elo. But in general, I think the ranks that I sectioned together, they're very similar and very similar information to get out of it, and it shouldn't, be that difficult to climb out a lot of them once you understand what you got to do it. So without wasting any time, I'm just gonna get into the first one. All right, so the first section here is gonna be Iron, Bronze, and Silver. They're the lowest ranks of the game, but if you're in them, luckily they're also the easiest ranks to climb out of. So you can climb out of these lower ranks by doing many things, but I think the easiest thing to do is just play the game a lot and improve mechanically. Like, I think a super underrated tool is using deathmatch and just sitting there and grinding deathmatch. If I was in these lower ranks, to be honest, I'd probably be playing just as much or more deathmatch than I do comp. Just get like super familiar with the mechanics in the game and super familiar with the gunplay. But this isn't the only way to climb out of these lower ranks. You can do it a lot of ways, whether if you're, a really good game sense player, maybe you just understand the agent you're playing very well. So I would say find a way that you like playing the game and get good at it. But if you don't have a style you really like playing, I would say try to tend toward more to aggressive playstyle. Like, play like a duelist or an aggressive initiator or something like that, because it will force you into a lot more gunfights and you will improve in gunfights a lot quicker than if you played something like, like Cypher or whatever, where you're just sitting back and defending a site. You might not like playing duelists that much. You don't have to. What I'm saying is play a more aggressive character, like maybe a KO or a Sky or something, just to force you into a lot of interactions so you can steadily improve. But I'm not saying that you have to do this. This is just a way that I would do to improve quickly. You can play however you want. Play whatever you enjoy playing. Play whatever you feel like you're best at. It's up to you. Alright, so now moving on to what I'd say is about the average ranks in the game. This is where most players are going to lie. But, I still think anybody can get here. Anybody can get out of these ranks and improve. It might just take some more time. So mechanics still can carry you out of like gold plat, but this is where you need to start actually understanding like what you're doing. Understanding what you're doing good, understand, what you need to improve in, and just understanding the agent that you play. So the easiest way to do this is by VOD reviewing games. Download OBS, start recording some of your games, open up a text file on your computer, make notes of each round of what you did and what you could have done better, or what you've done like good, and how to, keep doing that and improve. Maybe you played a certain way a certain round and you're like, hey, that worked. I should do that again. Or maybe you're like, okay, well, I did the same thing every single round for like 5 rounds in a row and it didn't really work except the one time, so maybe I should try something else there. Like, I'm not saying you just have to sit there and take notes on your games. A great way to VOD review, and what I like doing most of the time, is screen sharing like a VOD of one of my games and then watching it with a friend to get an alternate perspective out of it. Because they're probably picking up on things that you do that you don't even realize you do. And, it might be easier to understand what you're doing wrong from somebody else's point of view. This is the point of the game where a lot of players start using external tools like aim labs or something to get better at the game. I think it's a great tool if you use it right to practice. I talked about this a lot on one of my other videos. You should go check it out. I'll link it in the description. It's more about how to like actually improve the game. Over this is more just so how to climb out of any ranks. Alright, now moving on to Diamond Ascended. This is definitely what I would consider above average. This is where, a lot of people start really trying to improve the game, to take it to the next level or whatever. So already if you're in these ranks, you should be doing anything that I said before for any other ranks, like VOD reviewing your own games, like working in deathmatch, aim labs, whatever. You just need to be steadily improving at the game. But also, here's something that I don't see a ton of these players doing, that I think everybody needs to start doing if they're trying to seriously get good at the game. So not only do you need to be VOD reviewing your own games, this is where I'd start VOD reviewing like high-level players like Radiance and Pro games, just to see what they're doing that you're not doing and stuff that you should be doing. Whenever I started going through and watching like a lot of streamers just VODs through the game, this is whenever I seen the most improvement like quickly in the way that I'd play the game, because it was understanding what you need to do to succeed at the next level of playing. Now, although you might not necessarily be trying to go pro at the game, it's still good to seeing what these top players are doing that you can, just pick up and improve in your own games. Now, I'm not saying you should just sit there and mimic pros like a lot of people do. They'll get real upset if their team locks in something that's not the pro play comp or whatever. At the end of the day, you're still just playing like, solo queue. So it doesn't really matter. What I'm saying is you need to start picking up, small things that people do on certain agents or certain maps that can help you out. Alright, now for the last little section, like Immortal and up. I don't know how many like people this information is gonna help, but you know, it's something you need to hear if you're trying to climb super high on the leaderboard. Okay, so just like looking at the leaderboards, the top like Radiant players end with around 1,000 RR. And if we're comparing this to normal ranks, that'd be like Immortal 10. So although Radiant is the best players, it's also the people that can play the most with the highest win percentage. So yeah, I don't know. There's not too much I can say about this. If you're Immortal trying to shoot to Radiant, just keep doing what you're doing. Play the game a ton. Hopefully you'll make it there. But I don't know. That's all I got for this video. I hope some of this information in here did help you. If you liked it, drop a sub. Also, follow my Twitch. I said this the last couple times, but I swear I'm gonna stream on there eventually. But yeah, anyways, if you enjoyed it, thanks for watching. Have a good day.